What's up, guys? Welcome back to another week of Bully Knows. We called it co-main event, main event from last week, but with this one, I think I'm going with Benoit. I think you can get your hand raised. I'm picking Imov in this fight. we thought it was gonna be a French night, and it was. Imov and Saint Denis both came out victorious. Like I said, it was nothing personal against the fighting nerds. I just thought the stylistic matchups favored Saint Denis and Imov. Saint Denis showed that he's still that guy, right? He had a lot of hype before that Dustin Poirier fight. People forgot about it. People call him off. He's done. He's finished, especially after the Moicano loss. But those two guys are really good. Saint Denis reminded everybody that he's still that guy. He's still in the top of the division. Rufy, people are saying he got exposed. I mean, his grappling for sure showed weaknesses, showed holes in the game. It's not one of those where it's that bad, where he has a long way to go, a long route to go. I think maybe he got a little bit too cocky, a little bit too confident with his striking. So when you're going to spinning heel kick knockouts, you forget that you got to work on all those parts of your game. You got to keep growing in every aspect of MMA, because these other guys, they're not going to follow suit with your past opponents. They're going to try to figure out different ways to beat you. Saint Denis just showed, all right, now we grapple. Maybe that's his weakness, so we go there. And when you're winning, you're riding high, you don't really work on bettering yourself in other areas. You just, all right, let's do another spinning heel kick knockout. So Rufy, get back in the gym, start working on your grappling, because all these other guys are going to try to expose that. Obviously for Kyle and Imov, great fight. Imov just fought a perfect fight. Uses distance, uses boxing, clean hands. He was just confident in there. He had good momentum, putting Kyle on his back foot and defending the takedowns. I think Balio just didn't have a plan B. He should have adjusted more. He should have threw the high kick more, shot more takedowns on him to try to wear on him a little bit more, but Imov just fought such a good fight. I think he's earned himself a title shot. He's been riding hot. Adesanya, Cannonier, and now Balio, who was undefeated in the UFC. I don't think you can deny him, but we still have the Ritter and Fluffy. If one of them guys get a huge win, who knows what the UFC does. This week, we got another fighting nerd, Jean Silva, Diego Lopes. I love this fight. I think it's gonna be all chaos. For Lopez, keys to victory. You can't get emotional in there. I think when you got a guy in front of you that's probably gonna be barking, you know, putting his hands up, talking a little bit of trash right now, you gotta keep a level head. Your last fight, you didn't press on the gas. I think you started way too slow against Volkanovski. Volkanovski showed that if I jab him, stay long against him, it'll be hard for Lopez to catch up with his footwork. You need to be better at cutting off the fence. You have really good power. This fight, I think you're gonna need to use your ground game more, use your jiu-jitsu more. Silva is a big dude. He has big power and he's confident right now. So I think you gotta mix it up, shoot takedowns on him, use your jiu-jitsu. You have really good ground game. You've been getting used to knocking people out easily, hurting people on the feet. Silva's at that same spot you are right now, where he has good confidence, hurting people, power on the feet. Don't get stuck in that mix. You gotta shoot, especially early. You showed the last fight you could go 5 rounds. So now pick up the gas a little bit more. Now you know what it feels like. For Silva, be confident, stay long. We saw what Volkanovski did with his long jab. You have long jabs, long crosses. Defend the takedown. Don't get pushed against the fence. If you get taken down, you gotta start pushing his head to get up. You did a grappling match recently where you got caught with the armbar. Obviously, it was a really good grappler you're going against, but be smarter with it. Don't leave your arms out there for Lopez to catch hold of, because he will dive on a submission and go for it right away. For me, my pick is Lopez. I think Lopez is going to rebound. I think if it goes to the ground, he's just going to be at a higher level, and I think you can catch him with a sub. I know Silva caught Bryce Mitchell with a sub recently, but he didn't really have to worry about anything stand-up wise. He had no fear. He's going to have fear with this one with Lopez, because Lopez comes throwing bombs. He has really good uppercut, really good hooks. So for this one, I think I'm picking Lopez. Co-main event, you got Martinez and Font. For me, keys to victory, Font. You've been looking good your last couple fights ever since going down to TriStar. I think you've been fighting a lot smarter. You've had 2 big wins against 2 guys with huge hype behind them. This one's short notice, so this guy's gonna come in, I think, a little bit reckless. He has nothing to lose. He's coming for your spot. He only has 1 fight in the UFC, so I think you gotta just slow it down. Use your jab, use your footwork. You have one of the best jabs in the UFC. Your boxing is clean. Even mixing in a couple takedowns here and there. If you fight the fight smart and at your pace, you can make it an easy night. I think this guy's gonna come out hard. He's gonna throw big bombs at you, but like I said, you just went against 2 really good strikers. You looked great both those fights. Even the last fight, you had to come back a little bit. So this fight smart, fight long, and just keep it clean with your boxing. Martinez, you got nothing to lose. You took this fight on short notice. Font is a huge name in the division. Bantamweight is so full right now. There's so many guys, so many fighters in that division. If you go out there, get a big win against Font, your name's right in the mix. I would come out hard right away. First round, throw everything at him. You have really good power. Bantamweight, you're knocking a lot of guys out. For a guy like Font, who has a lot of miles on him, he's been been through some wars. You can't get stuck at his pace. You got to turn it up a little bit. Font will slow it down. Jab you, keep it long, moving around. I think you just got to get crazy in there. Throw your flying knees, get into his face, push him on his back foot, get him against the fence, falling backwards, and then land your big hooks, land your big right hand overhands. For me, I think I'm picking Font. Like I said, he's been getting better and better. The level of opponents that he's fought is way better, and I think that he could use his veteran savvy to win this fight, the mind of Firas Zahabi to win this fight, slow everything down, and could be an easy night for him, especially with that team riding high, especially with the bantamweights, him and Ayman Zahabi, both looking good, training together. Should be a good night for him. Jared Gordon against Rafa. Obviously, Jared's my boy, but if I'm going no bias in this breakdown, keys to victory for Jared. He's shown he has really good power, really good cardio, really good top game, ground and pound. He showed a lot in the UFC, and even within his losses, his last 2 losses, the Paddy Pimblett fight, a lot of people thought he won that fight. The Nasrat fight, a lot of people thought he won that fight. He would be on a long streak right now, could be on a long streak if those judges made the right choice. People are underestimating him. He's on a good run right now, a huge knockout against Moises, and then before that, a huge knockout against Mark Madsen. This is one of those fights that Rafa's gonna bring the pressure. He's gonna try to wrestle. Jared should defend the takedowns and keep it on the feet. I think he has a lot cleaner striking and he has more power. So I think if you could get Rafa on his back foot, defend a couple of those takedowns, make him uncomfortable, use your pace, use your cardio, I think Jared could get a finish here. For Rafa, we know what his style is. It's throw, shoot, hit, shoot. He breaks a lot of guys with cardio. Jared's not gonna be one of those guys you're gonna break with cardio because he has really good cardio. So you gotta be able to keep that pace for 3 full rounds. For me in this fight, I'm picking Jared. I think his level of opponent's been higher, and I think he just had a little bit more tools with the striking, the grappling, with the power. I think Jared's gonna come out on top, and I think he'll earn himself a ranked opponent after this. Then we got Suarez against Limos. This is a big one for Suarez. After that title fight, a lot of people same thing. Oh, you got exposed, you got exposed. I just think that Weili's a monster. She's just a tough test for anybody. For Tatiana, she needs to trust her striking a lot more. You know, her first 5-6 fights in the UFC was just been dominant with her grappling. She was able to take everybody down. So in her mind, why would I be able to take down the champion? Now she knows how it feels like when she can't. She has to make the adjustment. She has to go to plan B. Lemos has really good power. She has speed, but we've seen her get taken down and out grappled. So for Suarez, I would say you're a lot bigger compared to these girls. Size-wise, I'm not sure with this one, but use your long jab. Show us that you can strike, right? Because if you're just coming in there shooting, people are gonna just worry about defending a takedown. Throw your punches, throw your strikes. It's gonna open up your takedowns a lot more. So throw a big overhand, throw a big jab, get your takedown, and then if you get it to the ground, that's where I think you could dominate this fight. For Lemos, you can't get taken down. You have really good power. Don't get wild with your punches. No big hooks for Suarez to shoot underneath. I think you keep your punches long, straight. You can keep Suarez on the outside. But for me, I think I'm picking Suarez here. I think she rebounds off of that title fight loss, and she gets back in the wins column. I think that's it for UFC San Antonio, what I'm gonna break down, but you can't have a Canelo fight this week without having Canelo Hands Breakdown a fight.
Everybody was laughing when my coach said I got hands like Canelo. You saw that jab out there?
My pick, breakdown for Canelo Crawford. I think Canelo's gonna be a little bit too big for him. I love Crawford's style. He switches stances. He's fast. He has really good counters, head movement, everything. I just think Canelo's gonna be able to walk him down and hit you with those thumping shots, the body shots, the big hooks, stay in his face. And especially if Crawford switches stances, I think Canelo's gonna be able to take advantage of that a little bit. Crawford has really good defense from both stances, but I think one side's always gonna be better than the other side. I think Canelo, I don't think it'll be a knockout, but I think Canelo will wear on him. I think it comes down to size and power, and I think Canelo just has more of it. So I'm picking Canelo for that fight. Those are my breakdowns for the week. We've been riding hot. Let's see if it continues this week. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and tell your friends about it. Appreciate you guys.